Ladies, gentlemen, et al., this is Odeko, and welcome back to Blueprints. So, picking up where we left off, just had a slightly frustrating day in terms of layout, where I just was not getting any of the rooms I needed and had a really awkward layout with a bunch of gaps in it, but got the pump room for the first time, played around with that a little bit, starting to understand what I can do with that. I think there's some functionality that I need to unlock by connecting it to power, which I was not able to do, but was still able to get some weird cryptic clues out of the aquarium. So more to keep an eye out for in the future, as if there wasn't enough already. Got several of the letters from each room for the letter puzzle. So making some progress. I have been on the lookout for Shrine. I don't think I can't remember if I've even picked Toolshed. I'm probably going to do Shrine. I don't even think, unfortunately there's not even a way to check how many times you built each one. We have done Root Cellar before and it was not Studio Editions. Outer rooms. So let's see. Have we done Toolshed? I have taken Toolshed. Got it. Oh, okay, I think this means I've gotten all the outer rooms now. So this was the last one. So maybe that implies that the if the gas valve isn't in here, which would be kind of surprising if there were a gas valve in here. Maybe that implies that I need to go elsewhere to find the one that I'm missing. There's two were in the outer room, but and I know where the third is. I just don't want to hit it yet, but I'm not sure where the fourth is. Make an offering. Make an offering of coins may result in the bestowal of a beneficial blessing that will last for several days. So do we know which? Is it like a different? Because there was some information about a angel, like the different angels had different domains. So I was wondering if there was like, this was based on how they were dressed, but it's hard to tell how they're dressed. We can give them a decent amount. I don't mind giving a fair amount to get started. See what this is all about. If you see the blessing of the general. Okay, so this is not this character. If you draft a red room, after you draft a red room, if you have at least 5 different ranks containing red rooms, gain 5 gems. So we're trying to get a red room in 5 different ranks and then continuing to draft red rooms after that. Obviously, on the 5th rank, you get 5 gems. 5 gems is good. I mean, I'm not complaining about 5 gems, but red rooms are not good. Maybe I'll try and get the shelter over the next few days so that I can draft red rooms with some amount of safety. All right. Yep. Okay, cool. Foundation does not reset each day. So this is permanently here. Which it's a little weird that it has access on 3 different sides. It's a little slightly awkward, but that it's asymmetrical like that. Classic parlor start. Get us started with some gems. As these puzzles get increasingly more difficult. A box next to this box displays a false statement. So this has to be false. A box next to this box contains gems, so this has to be true. So the gems have to be in this one. That one was easier. I guess do bedroom. Already starting off with the slightly awkward layout, but this is a decent spot for a chapel. Only losing 2 coins to start off with and gets us started with that red room quest if we're going to try and get some gems that way. A lavatory here would be nice. I want to do walk-in closet. I think walk-in closet... I think if I had to guess, I think I need both the walk-in closet and the boudoir to get her ladyship's bedroom, which I've been kind of passively trying to get and have not succeeded yet. Coin purse. Gives us bonus coins. Key is nice. Gem is nice. And then... ooh, what's this? Spare set of car keys. We've not gotten that item before. So I got it. Now I definitely want to try and get the garage. I believe the garage has to be on the west side. I don't think I've ever... like, the layout kind of implies that, and I don't think I've ever seen it on the east side. But we'll keep an eye out. I just did a green room run, and it did not do much for me. I think I'm going to do Nook. All right, this room, we need this letter, and we've missed it multiple times. So I want to get a... oh, this is annoying. I mean, we kind of got to do hallway, but the good news is hallway definitely has the pictures in it. Okay, cool. Clock and lock. Yes, so this is a C. Oh, no. I suspected this might be an N. Because I thought it was... because we knew that this was CRA blank K. So I thought this could be crank, but it's actually crack, which makes sense. And that in context, that makes a little more sense. Because now we know these ranks are crack 8 safes. And I thought crank was like, hey, use a crank to open the safe, but makes a little more sense. So you have to crack 8 safes. And this probably says dates. And this probably says 8, just based on the letters we have. So this is 8 dates, crack 8 safes. So the safes probably have are cracked by meaningful dates to wherever they're located. Because we know that one's in the boudoir, which belongs to her ladyship. So we can look up maybe when she died or when she, her birthday, or so there'll be some relevant date to her that will be the code to that safe. Okay. That's a little bit of a clue. Well, obviously we have to get the rest of the letters to figure out what the whole message is. There might be more information, but starting to put those pieces together. Very very happy about that. Another locked trunk. I don't want to waste my keys, but a sledgehammer would be great. Sledgehammer seems like it's always good because the locked trunks are just so valuable. Yeah, I gotta do security. Excuse me. Get the Orange here. All right, we are really gonna get the utility closet this time. I don't know what else to say. It's gonna happen. Security level, I'll do it low for now and then turn on offline mode. But we just simply will get the utility closet on this run. Yeah, see, here's the vault. So that we've gotten several different vault keys, presumably. That is where those safety deposit boxes are all located. Let's do storeroom. Unfortunately, not ideal, not ideal. But thank you, coin purse. So we have already put ourselves a little bit in a corner here, but definitely have the ability to get out of it. Although that is quickly getting away from us. So we need a door pointing north here, or just it's game over. It's unfortunate. I could use my keys to try and get a silver key from one of those locked chests. Hypothetically. Oh, the good news is it's drawing room, so I can redraw the floor plans. I don't hate either of those here. If this weren't a gem, I'm probably not going to do the redraw. 2 items is good, but I think the extra door, because we're struggling for rooms here. Let's do the commissary because it has a good door and we have some coin to spend. Sledgehammer and shovel. And compass. I think we're doing sledgehammer, compass to start with, and then I want that shovel as well. So good commissary. Commissary I initially did not pick very frequently, but I have been liking it a lot as I've gotten it. Billiard room or study? We're not like swimming in gems, but study can be quite good. It's like a permanent buff. Billiard room will give us a single item. Let's do study here because it's a dead end and it gets it out of the way. Billiard room can be useful later on. Got a key, nice. Okay, so safe. What's a date? I don't think there's going to be just like a date lying around here. I mean, this is the Baron's study. So maybe like the day he died. We started on 1107, and he died shortly before that. just give a few of those a shot. Obviously, I don't think I have all the info here, but wouldn't be 1193, would it? The other thing is it might be European style, I guess. I don't think it would, because if I'm remembering correctly, the date carved in the tree that was the padlock code for the orchard was 1126. So that was North American style, obviously. November 26th. So I don't think it would be European style for these. I'm not sure what the I think once I get the full message from the letter puzzle, it might also give me more info. Because I just have 8 dates crack 8 safes, but then there's more words before that. So that might like provide context for what those 8 dates are. I'm just kind of like, maybe it's death dates, maybe it's... I'm not sure. Okay, we need an upward facing one, which is why I picked the compass. West Wing Hall's fine. I mean, maybe it'd be worth it to redraw floor plans. I don't want to waste on a kitchen. I don't really need the steps yet. West Wing Hall, it's one of those where it is valuable. So it's like, it's a little bit of a shame to use it up here. Because not only does it have 3 doors, but it's always, maybe not always oriented this way, but I think it is always oriented this way. Where it like always has it's not wasting any of the doors. The doors are always pointing in the 3 directions that you want them to point. But I could be wrong about that. Let's do West Wing Hall. It'd be too risky to do a reroll. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Before I go any further, I got the sledgehammer, and we have multiple locked chests to check. Slight waste of a step there, but not too worried about it. Oh, that's a strong chest. 2 dice and 4 coins. +2, very nice. That means we can go and get the final item from the commissary. Oh my gosh. Very valuable. So we wanted to go back to the commissary, get the final item. Which one was it? Oh, shoot. I am not being extremely efficient with my steps here, but... Shovel, that was it. I was like, I could not remember what the final one we wanted was. Yeah, so we definitely need... I mean, we're pretty hemmed in here. Definitely need some good picks. I mean, I want the garage. I have the car key. But, I mean... Oh my gosh. It's a shame, because I want it. But I think the thing is, even if I get the garage, I probably also need the utility closet. I mean, it's not looking great, but because I think the car key will probably be necessary. Like, I'll be able to go into the car. Maybe there's something in the car, but presumably you'd also want the garage door open, which you need the utility closet for. Okay, dining room. Good. I appreciate that. A little more breathing room. All right, now this would be a great place for the garage. I would appreciate it. It's fine. I got keys for that. Oh, utility closet. As much as I've been saying I want the utility closet, I think it would be really silly to block it off there. I mean, I basically wouldn't be able to get the garage anymore because the garage has to be, I think, kind of approached from the south on the west wing. Conference room, the doors are so good. It really gives me some freedom. I'm going to do conference room. Do we think that if we think these are dates, it's hard for this to be a date unless it's month, year, and it's 0893. Otherwise, it doesn't really make sense as a date. Do we think that that date carved in the tree was November of 1926? If it was 1126, it seems too old. I mean, I know the tree's been cut down since then, or it was 1128, not 1126. But still, 1928. Still having a little bit of a hard time with that. That makes a little more sense though if this should be rearranged. So if I get the office, because I believe this is implying that this is for the office. Yeah, for the office safe. So I'll try 0893. That'd be definitely worth a shot. I think I have some letter puzzles to do here. We're missing both of these. So both, let's see, conference room, rain or storm, grain and rain. So this would be a G. And then tube and tub. Tube and tub. I feel like I saw this one before and I had no idea what it was supposed to be, but that makes sense. Tube and tub. So E. Cool. What are we trying here? So I guess we're still going up, seeing if we can get garage. Gonna use one more key here. I'm not gonna waste all my keys, but I think this is worth a redraw. I really want the garage, and we're in a good spot to roll it. Laboratory's good. Those other ones aren't too great. I'm gonna waste another redraw. I want the stinking garage. Corridor's effectively a redraw. I don't think we're doing that red rooms in each rank today. All right, garage. These are all purple. Is that meaningful? Not a bad spot for boudoir, I don't think. All right. My garage quest has failed, I believe. I don't think you can get a garage. I think the garage you have to approach from the south just because the way it's laid out. Oh, that was for the dining room. We very much beelined it. The boudoir is another one that has a safe. I do have a date written down for Lady Absinthe, but I don't think it's useful. We know that she checked out the fixed stars on January 9th, 1961, and we know that she passed away before June 15th, 1983. So, guess we could try some of those. So, 0683. Clear. 0615. Yeah, the fact that it's before. Yeah. Okay. Not sure about that. The doors are good for the dark room, but it's not good. I hate the ones that limit your, like, can force you into picking rooms that you don't want to pick. I think we'll do billiard room, actually. It's kind of a awkward layout, but gives some consumables and 3 divided by 3. No, 3 times 3 is 9. 3, 4 times 1, 4 times 2, 8. 13 plus 8, 21. Minus 1, 20. Divided. Oh. Okay. So 20 times 5 is 100 divided by 10. So 10. Missed that purple one there. It's a nice reward. I feel like I multiple times have gotten the silver key there. And it's possible every time that I've done this I've gotten the silver key. Or maybe it's just like it has to be a small item and that's one of the limited pool of small items. I'm not sure. I'll have to remember that next time. Keep track if I always get the silver key there. Let's not do that yet. That's would be a poor place to use limited keys. Yeah, let's start from the dining room. Definitely if you have a furnace in the house. The thing is, like, if I pause to try and build a furnace, I don't want to build a furnace because it's a dead end. And then if I, like, let's say this day goes a lot longer and I build a lot more rooms and I do build a furnace, I'd have to retrace my steps to get back here, and it's only an additional 10. I feel like it's unlikely to be a wager where it's worth waiting. I'd rather just have the steps now. Let's see if this one is locked. I'd rather do the gym. I'd rather lose a few steps than have to deal with not getting the right rooms. Do we need this one? Yeah, rank 6. Yeah, we do need this one. So, this stupid picture. This is either coast or cliff or shore. C. C and seal. We'd have to assume that's a seal. 10. Coast and cast. Coast and cost. Coast and cost. Is this a price tag? I like coast and cost. I mean, I don't love it. It's a little awkward. A lot of these seem a lot more obvious than that one, but that's the first thing I've thought of that has any viability. I'll pencil in an A there, I think. So if we think this is an A, so this is G A question mark blank ES, but that could definitely be a T. So Gates. If we think this is an A, that would make sense. So then this is Gates. This is probably 8. We have E blank GHT, so not much else could go there except an I. So this would be 8. So Gates 8, dates crack 8 safes. We're getting pretty close there. We got some good ideas, I think. We got some locked doors. Library, we have a book waiting for us. Closet is useful, but let's do library. Oh. Cool. Okay. Let's do the book first, but that's... Well, actually, no, we also need the letter puzzle for this room. Tie and time. Tie, time. Yep. M. Okay, so we have enough letters here where we can probably work out what this is. I will just say it, but I'll say where the blanks are. So this is if we, but we don't have the E, but probably we. If space we count small, we don't have the A here. But I don't think it's possible to get the A here. So I don't know what that's about. But this is SM blank LL, but the foundation never moves and there's no letter there. But SM blank LL. So if we count small gates, 8, and we don't have the T, but this is probably gates. If we count small gates, 8, we don't have the I. Dates, we're pretty sure on the T. Crack 8 safes. So if we count small dates, if we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. So small dates, the rhyming is making this hard to say. If we count small gates refers to the orchard, at least. There might be other small gates. So that was one of the dates that was cracked a lock. I mean, it says crack 8 safes. The gate to an orchard is not a safe, but whatever. We'll count it because it's telling us to count it. So that's one, and then there are 7 other safes that are opened by dates. I believe that's what that letter puzzle means. So we will make sure that any of those blanks are filled in correctly, but that's definitely starting to make sense. Go away. This Detective Von Margle, I think we saw their name like checking out another book that was the, what was it called, small birds or something, whatever the book that our character's mother wrote. And there was the note in the bomb shelter about hiding out from the Red Guard, who were like investigating activity and anti-crown activity. So I'm assuming that Detective Bon Margle is connected to that. Mary Jones is our character's mother's name. The History of Arindia, second edition. Oh yeah. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The Detective Bon Margle. This book was reviewed and cleared for publication by. Well, maybe not. No, because this would have been for publication. So this would have been before he was checking out a library. So never mind. This book was reviewed and cleared for publication by the Fen Aries Central Board of Education. It's been edited to conform to our department standards, including the omission of sections deemed inaccurate or unsuitable for public dissemination. By Caleb Manning, Ruffington Red Publishing. Funny. The foreword. The name used to designate the realms of the Eastern Waters is no longer known to the average citizen, the elder generation, leaders to enjoin us to abandon. Most historians mark the beginning of the First Era, often noted as Agira, by the ascension of the first king, blank, whose name Oris would later grace the burgeoning township in which he was crowned. Oris was known before his coronation as a prominent merchant lord of considerable means and affluence, whose sway in the region made him the ideal candidate for the unification of the surrounding provinces. Regrettably, history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of those bygone days are mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce from these ledgers that Oris had but one aim: expansion. Territory spread forth from the heart of Oris, and by the end of the first century, can't read, a new kingdom was born. Second Era. It was the fourth king who split this vast domain in 3 equal shares, 3 realms for his 3 children. To the eldest he granted the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather, the middle province, the heart spring of the kingdom. The eldest accepted the gift. To the youngest he bestowed upon him the realm Arch Aries, the land of northern storms, a wild, untamed expanse which at the time was not as developed but a good deal more vast than the eldest brother's lot. To the middle child, his only daughter, he gifted her the southern region of Araja, a land steeped in tradition. This is got the Benelux here, looks like. That very much looks like the Netherlands, at least. This doesn't really look like Belgium and Luxembourg, but definitely looks like the Netherlands. As the Second Era drew to a close, the three sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these distinct regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart from one another. Despite those differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. Succeeding generations of their heirs continue that tradition. The Third Era was defined by blank. Commerce between 3 realms further strengthening their bond, laying the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future. Fourth Era. As the kingdom entered the Fourth Era, a different kind of ruler took the reins of power. King Deslitz III was a blank king who often was seen drinking, a sight that shocked not only gentry and court but the masses as well. Yeah, Detective Bon Margle, right there. Baron Sinclair, thank you so much for your cooperation with our department in this investigation. We know our presence is never convenient, especially for someone of your social status, so it means all the more that you are not only tolerant but also willing to aid our efforts getting this business done as quickly as possible. We're returning with this letter, the book you lent us, though I must confess it was not as much help as I had hoped. I had heard that your library of rare and restricted books was quite extensive. and I was told by a reliable source that if a first edition and uncensored copy of the History of Arindia could be found, it would likely be found within the Baron's own collection, but perhaps I was misinformed. Still, part of me thinks that you may have given me the censored copy as a jest, a taste, if you will, for the bureaucrat of their own medicine. If that is the case, then I say, well done, fair play, and perhaps on my next visit we'll have a laugh about this after you've given me the actual manuscript. So maybe there's an uncensored copy of this book somewhere we can find. Be my guess. The Grand City of Fen. Yeah, not really. Can't read much there. Got it. I'm still a little unclear. So that was the Red Guard. So the Red Party is definitely the one that's in charge currently and is like in power. But then this is Ruffington Red Publishing, which is what throws me off, because this publisher seems to be printing contraband material. And Caleb Manning was arrested by the Red Guard, but then it's called Red Publishing. Maybe I'm reading too much in that name, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a color associated with the Resistance and what that color would be if it's the publishing house is called Ruffington Red Publishing. So this is the opposite side of that elevator. Nice. So we just need a room pointing up out of the gymnasium. Shouldn't be too much to ask. Is it worth it using... I don't think it's worth it using the silver key yet because we have multiple rerolls anyway. So let's just use the normal key. Ooh, I really want the dove coat. It does seal us off a little bit. This one's good too, though, because we have the shovel. I'm intrigued by this, and I want to build it, but it's too hard to pass up the courtyard when it has better doors and we have a shovel. Coin. Coin. Key, nice. Coin. We do have the sledgehammer. Nice, nice, nice. Very happy to find that. Alright, I'm very intrigued at where this leads us. This definitely, I mean, this could be to where the basement door is. Obviously, we haven't reached the antechamber on this run, but I mean, we're definitely in the basement. Upgrade disc, very nice. Yeah, that is the same crest that's on the basement key. So there is a letter puzzle in this room. So mug, beer, paint and pint, so A. Yeah, so we guessed that this was an A because the word was SM blank LL, so it made sense that it was small, but confirms it. Nice. All right, I'm definitely making progress here. So we need the secret garden, the great hall, or the greenhouse plus broken lever. And we do not have any of those. So we can try and get access to the antechamber this run, but it might be difficult. Oh, I want. The greenhouse is the one facing south, and the the dark room, I mean, it's... I hate to lock myself off from the bottom door, just in case we do get it. Closet with 2 items is nice, but if we pick this and then later do get the greenhouse plus the broken lever, I'll be sad. I mean, it seems unlikely that it's going to happen. And there's no real benefit to picking the dark room. There's no real downside either, because I'm not going to draft any rooms from it. But I'm going to do closet. I think that's being a little too cautious. If worse comes to worst, like, I'll just get on another run. I'd rather discover more this run than, like, you know, lock myself off so severely just to, on the small possibility that maybe I could get to the antechamber on this run. There is the coat check. I mean, it's a terrible spot for it, but there is the coat check. I do want to try... I don't love spending 2 gems on it, but I do want to try my... I mean, it has to be a date. And we have that 0983 is a lie for the safe in here. So this seems like... seems like a good thought that maybe is just scrambled. Oh, and we also have this upgrade disc. Very nice. The other thing we can do here is I was realizing I don't think I ever changed the security after I got the key card, so it might be worth bumping up the security since I have the key card. Spare room. Upgrade the spare room. That's nice because the spare room is always annoying to pick. Okay, so it just changes the color of it. Which one is more relevant? The bedroom matters if you have the nursery, which I almost never build because I'm rarely running out of steps. The orange room matters for that one room that unlocks all the orange rooms. I feel like green room is the most valuable. I'm more frequently trying to collect green rooms than any of the other colors. All right. Big money, no whammies. 08. What do we think it was? The lie was that it was 9083. So it's either going to be 0983 or 0893. Let's try it. Nope. 0983. This would be when the lady died, I think. I was excited about that. I thought that was clever. Maybe 03. 89. Nope. Oh, 938. Oh, 9. Oh, wait. Oh, 839. Bit of a shame. I thought we were onto something with that one, but c'est la vie. I don't think there's... What is... Can't really see that picture too well. Can't type. Keycard system, card settings, security level high. I am gonna look. Well, let's spread gold. Oh, it's only once a week. Wait, I wanted to check the email. Now that I know I'm looking for dates. $11:01 next week. So sometime between 11:01 and 11:07, he seems to have scheduled his death. Still have not found that stinking utility closet. October 7th. Wait. Okay. Not helpful. All right, I'm not going to just try and keep hammering in dates, but we know it definitely has to be a date. We just have to figure out what date that is. We can use a key here. Laboratory's not bad. Low on gems, fortunately. Could redraw. Let's do laboratory. see if we can... immediately gain 1 key for every 2 hallways in your house. Add a small chest to the entrance hall. Gain 1 star. I don't really need the keys. The small chest could be good, but it's all the way in the entrance hall. I just don't have the steps to like retrace all the way. And then make it back here and like get a lot done. I kind of like just immediately gain a star. I think that's fun. Observatory East Wing Hall. East Wing Hall's pretty good. Don't know. We can guarantee, I mean, we can double check that this is E, but we are pretty confident it's got to be. Both those. What are my special keys? Silver key. I'm trying to think what I want to be progressing towards here. So we have some keys, but not like infinite number of them. Maybe it's worth coming down the courtyard and trying to fill out this space. See what we can get. Oh, nice. Didn't know this was in here. Not that useful. Yeah, this seems like a good place for the silver key. Oh, now I'm kicking myself. So I got the Great Hall again. And if I get the coat check, that whole thing about, oh, I'm not going to get the Great Hall and the coat check and have the keys for it. Well, here we are. Here we are. I want to test, now that I have the keys for it and I'm a little bit at a loss to do here, I want to test if the lever's always back here, because this is where the lever was that one time. Another upgrade disc. That's pretty good. Eren Jaeger. This was the other spot where the lever might be. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait. I got confused. It's the greenhouse that had the broken lever. Okay, no, this is a good thing. All right, I should not be wasting keys. So I think that means the lever... I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but both times the lever has been in the northwest, regardless of the orientation of the Great Hall. So I can't confirm that's the case, but that seems like it may be a case. Okay, so I have a reroll, I have a gem to reroll, and I have 1 gem. I need to access the antechamber. So I really want a door facing west. Is it worth spending the gem here? I think it is worth spending the gem here, and then we'll have the reroll to try and get straight across. It's risky. I mean, the other issue, we could waste the reroll here, but then we would be the same issue, and we'd be At least this is guaranteeing that this is the right room. Whereas we spent the reroll here, we might not get the right room and we'd be down a resource. So I think that's worth it. We can get some food here. I don't know. Seems kind of a waste at this point. Not a waste, but like, I have lots of money, but I also have a decent number of steps, and I don't know if I'll need all those steps. Maybe it's worth getting like one thing. How many green rooms do we have? Only one green room. Bananas only +3. Let's do the club sandwich. All right, we have one reroll. We really need it straight across. Oh no. Oh no. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Really need the straight across. Come on. Oh, you're kidding me. That's heartbreaking. Oh, that's so heartbreaking. I was so... we got so close. I mean, the utility closet is like a consolation prize, I guess, but... Tragedy. Tragedy has struck. Tragedy has struck. So what are we doing with this stupid puzzle? Not stupid puzzle. I like this puzzle. I don't like how hard it was to find the utility closet, but I don't mind this puzzle. Pulling open my screenshot here. So here's one of the screenshots. And then... which one was the other one? Oh, the 2 emails from the power company. That's right. So... some combination of this info tells us what we need to do here. So let's see. I think we start with this. Because it says more detailed instructions will be sent by email. So press any button to activate blue. Press... okay. So we turn them all green. Press any button to activate blue. Press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple. 5 purple indicators are needed to activate the 6th. And then what did the emails say? So this is the first email. The VAC indicator lights installed per instruction have been turned on. However, it should be noted that the white indicator is only displayed after syncing all 6 indicators to purple. So we probably need to get them all to purple. Gabe, yes, that is the correct functionality. Also, when you are out of here next week, please test that the correct sequence is off, blue, green, white, red, purple. So we need to get them all to purple. So they're all green. Press any button above to activate blue. Press blue indicator next to red indicator to activate purple. So that's blue. Blue indicator next to red to activate purple. Oh, this is... this is a puzzle. I'm realizing what kind of puzzle this is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I need to understand the rules for all of this. So we're trying to get them all to purple. They go blue, green, white. 5 purple indicators are needed to activate a 6th. So do we need 6 purples, or do we need them to be in this sequence? Off blue, green, white, red, purple. Have we even seen white? I don't even think I've seen white. Off blue, green, white, red, purple. There we go. What'd that do? Can you please test out the... I don't know why it tells us the 5 purple indicators are needed to activate the 6th. I mean, obviously the rule is different for the final one, so we can get to 4 purples. What did this one say? The white indicator is only displayed after syncing all 6 indicators to purple. So we want this one to be white. We want off blue, green, white, red, purple. I might mess this up. I can get back to this state if I need to, but I'm going to... So we went off, blue, green. How do we get this to green? Off blue, green, white, red, purple. How do we get this to red? Red. So we need white, red. We need this to be red and this to be purple. Oh, wait, shoot. There we go. Now what I really wanted was for this to open to a door. It's not going to happen. There we go. The Gemstone Cavern has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you will start each day with 2 gems. Oh, love to see that. That's a nice consolation prize for getting snubbed out of the basement today. Not being able to do the basement because didn't get the right room for it. Very nice. Happy with that. Happy with that. This one we want to make sure is E, but it's almost certainly is. Crate and what is this? Paint? Globe? Painting a globe? Crate and create. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so that would be E. We are totally out of consumables, basically. This door was locked. Was this door locked? Yeah. These are all locked. Let's try and go explore the gemstone cavern today, because we have the extra steps. And go from there. After we explore that, we can call it a day. I'm also crossing my fingers a little bit that the there will be a gas valve in the cavern, because there was one gas valve in the orchard, which we haven't turned off yet because it implied that the orchard would die if we did, and the orchard is like my favorite thing. All those extra steps have been so nice. So don't know what that's all about. There's a door there, not sure about. Anything around here? Oh, there's the swimbird. That was what it was called, swimbird. We have a little swimbird plush. Gemstone cavern. Here's the last of the equipment for the new mine. I don't think we're going to need more than this, especially if we're going to limit excavation to 2 stones per day. I was told by the engineer that getting greedier than that might risk structural integrity of the cave walls, so I suppose we'll have to adhere to his expert opinion, at least for now. Maybe there's an upgrade. We managed to remove all but one minecart from the old tunnels, 2 of which were too rusted and worn down to be of any use to us up here. So Dave went ahead and made the call to scrap them. Not sure that the foreman is going to be too happy about that, but hopefully you can smooth it over. Now there's still one more cart down there, but it's locked on a short track and it's way too difficult to move from the reservoir side. So this is where the reservoir is. It's a little bit awkward because it's blocking the passage, so I suggest someone move it from the other side if we can get over there. So we need to get to the reservoir some other way, and we can unlock a Dark Souls shortcut. The boss informed us that there are 2 other ways into the site from that side, but I think we're going to leave that for someone else to finish up. The old man really wants it done. We are someone else. Big comical gemstones. Okay, so... Oh! Nice, nice, nice. Gas valve. That's all I wanted to see. So I think I'm going to call it a day there. I know I have access to the final valve, but I want to do that on when I have full steps so that I can run back and turn it back on, hopefully. Maybe I'm being too paranoid about it, or maybe this is the kind of game that would take away that buff it gave us of the extra steps per day. I'm not totally sure yet. So I want to try the gas valve, but I want to be able to maybe turn it back on if that's possible. And so I'm gonna do it at the start of a day when it's early in the morning. I have all the steps. I can explore whatever I want and then make my way back and turn it back on. So we're gonna call that a day. Very successful day. Surprisingly so. Well, not surprisingly so, I should say. But at the beginning of the day, when we were down to like one upward facing door at this point, I was pretty worried about it, but made it work. Didn't get the garage, didn't get to use the car keys, unfortunately. But found out what's going on with the foundation, how to, like, where to put the basement key when we finally get it, at the same time that we get the When we have access to the foundation and the elevator and we get the basement key, we'll know what to do with it. We got the gemstones, so we have gems per day, which will be great. We're about to do the gas puzzle. We basically solved the letter puzzle. Lots of progress made today, so having a great day. Appreciate you stopping by. Drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.